This is the Wisekrakrbusiness, and today we're going to talk about the Hydroid, the beast of the seas. And when you want this beautiful Warframe, you need to get all his blueprint parts from Counselor Vahak on Earth. So now it's time for our build, and as you can see, we have a lot of strength, a lot of duration and range, and only 80% efficiency. But the efficiency is counteracted by the rage mod. For every time we get hurt, we get some energy. And of course, we got the duration and strength because, well, we'll see about that in a couple of seconds. Because our first ability is called the Tempest Barrage. And this is where you call down a barrage of liquid fury that will do impact damage on your enemies. It will knock them down, and that leaves them open to be finished. You can have multiple barrages coming down, and because the power duration is pretty good on this build, it will stay there for at least 7 seconds. The placement of the Tempest Barrage is where you look at the moment you activate this ability. The second ability is called Tidal Surge, and this is where you transform yourself into a wave to crash that into your enemies. And this wave also does impact damage, and at the end of the wave there is some slash damage for your enemies. And with this ability you can ragdoll your enemies all over the place. You can finish them off after that, or they will die immediately. You can also use the Tidal Surge to be a little bit faster. If you want to be quicker at a place, just use your Tidal Surge and you will be right there. And while you are in your liquid form, the Hydroid is immune to damage. The third ability is called Undertow, and this is where you become a water trap to drown unsuspected enemies. So basically you become a puddle and your enemies drown in it. But the tactic is, you can, for instance, take over a tower by just placing a puddle there and drowning all your enemies that want to take over that tower. You do damage over time while your enemies are in the puddle, and if they did not die and you deactivate your ability, they come back up and you have to finish them off the old-fashioned way. And while you are in the puddle, you are totally immune to any damage.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And the fourth ability is called Tentacle Swarm, and this is where you summon the Wisekrakrbusiness, or a creature that has a lot of tentacles that, upon emerging, deal magnetic damage. The Tentacle Swarm will spawn at the point you are looking at, and when you activate the ability, and these tentacles will thrash for about 30 seconds, capturing your enemies and killing them. The captured damage is affected by power strength and bypasses all armor and shields. You can recast this ability whenever you want. So now that we have all the info, it's time to battle in this Warframe universe with the Aquaman, or Hydroid. With his Sidon in his hand, he looks like Poseidon. But no, ladies and gentlemen, it is my Hydroid, coming to kick everybody's ass. And look at this. Look at these bastards flying while I wave over them. Whee! It's so fun to use this Warframe, ladies and gentlemen, because, well, it's not the strongest Warframe in this game, but you can serve. You have tentacles. Look at this. And you have a barrage at your fingertips, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, we are here doing a Tower 3 survival mission, and we are almost at 25 minutes, and I'm still holding on. Well, there you can see that I was in a little bit of trouble. I just used my puddle, and I'm all safe, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. And then I use my Sidon to get my health back up. That is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Bam! Sidon. It's a great melee weapon for the Hydroid because, well, you look like Poseidon again. And I, from time to time, need a little bit of roleplay, and that is why I called my Hydroid the Aquaman. So again, ladies and gentlemen, with these tentacle swarms, I can kill so many bastards, and while they are being thrashed by my Wisekrakrbusiness, I have my Tempest Barrage to knock them down also, and to finish them off with my Sidon. So there is a whole tactic here, ladies and gentlemen, my Hydroid tactic. Look at that, I'm just standing here in a corner, I use my tentacles to keep my enemies at bay, and then I use my Tempest Barrage to just barrage them full of water, and they drown at that point, and they're not even underwater. They are on land and still they are drowning. That is how dangerous the Hydroid can be, ladies and gentlemen. Or my Hydroid. Whatever. I just love playing in the water. It's almost spring, so yeah. Let's cool off a little bit. Here we go. Whee! Surf's up, bitch. Alright. Now it's time to kill some Grenier bastards. And also here, it is very easy to keep your enemies at bay with the Hydroid. Because with the barrage, you knock your enemies down and you get enough time to finish them off. And if you are in a pickle, you can always change or transform into a puddle. And as you can see, the tentacles will also kill a lot of these bastards if your Sidon doesn't do the job. I'm only using my abilities, and it is working, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this build of the Aquaman or the Hydroid. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. So I hope you enjoyed it. Check me out on all my other ones, and I hope to see you there. And until then, adios.
Mr. Aquafina, come and take a drink. You're a garbage can. Your flow stink. Call me Aquaman. I can flow on any beat.
So here we are fighting these level 120 bastards, and as you can see, with your alternate fire, you eject your magazine, and it will function as a turret, as you can see, and it slashes through your enemies. Look at that. It looks amazing. The only downside is that you lose a whole magazine in one take, and that is why you need your pistol ammo mutation. So now it's time for a corrosive